Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I got time freedom, which resulted in better quality of life, better quality work, and how we became way more fruitful in being able to make an impact. My name is Elias, and this is The Lodge. I'm at my studio here in my home in Southern California. And hey, I just want to tell you, when I first started my business, I started out basing my entire life off of how long something took. And this was the beginning of my quest for how to hack time and get all the cheat codes and the upgrades in life, because I knew that my time here on earth was limited, but I wanted to be able to have a very fruitful, very productive life of not just doing, here's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to do work that I wanted in my time on my terms. I wanted to be able to make sure that the clients that I was doing work with through my fine art publishing company, as well as my agency, my freelance work, and growing a brand, I wanted those to be on my terms. I wanted to have every day the way that I wanted to be able to have it, in terms of picking and choosing to have things on my terms and preferences when it came to every single day of the week, not just having days like Saturdays that were amazing, but how could I actually get each and every work day to be absolutely amazing, while at the same time could I do this without forfeiting my family, forfeiting my parenting, and they were getting the crumbs and the leftovers, and the business was getting all the attention. I know for myself, I saw that building my business was being a provider, and that if I was a provider, then my wife would love me, my kids would fall in tow, and everything would be great, and everything would be harmonious. Wrong. My entire life went radically upside down the moment I started to shift all my paradigms and approaches when it came to my time. A couple things let's consider. One, there's two types of time: how long something takes, okay? And then how something is created in terms of the value that it creates. So here's where the first major shift started happening for me. I was hanging out with multiple artists, multiple people in my trade, in my industry, where they would base everything that I did off of time and how long it took. Hey, this took 400 hours. Therefore, if I want to get $50 an hour, it's X amount of dollars. No, I threw that out the window. I wanted to be able to work the least amount possible, doing what it is I love, making the most money I've ever made, while making an impact. When I say impact, our family is a faith-based family that wants to underwrite ministries, and we want to be able to we want to invest in those things which are eternal. That is not going to happen if I'm broke. So the other thing that I wanted to be able to do after learning the two types of time, meaning how long something took, and then qualitative time, meaning the quality of life and the value that I create in my products and my services, I then had to get freed into understanding how my weeks actually were going to work. There's days that I am very focused, what I call flow. Flow is the part of my day where I'm creating a value. That creating a value of flow state is going to last about 3 to 4 hours mentally, in terms of where I have the bandwidth of creating the best work in the day. Another part of my day is what I call the prep time and or management time. Some people call this buffer time. And then there's rest, there's restorative. Let me tell you, my whole entire time of growing the brand for almost 40 years was primarily focused and or management. I was playing the manager the whole time, when I was getting no rest whatsoever. I wasn't refilling the cup. I had no Sabbath time. I literally had no rest days whatsoever. So I had to realize that if I wanted to 10 to 100x my business in terms of revenue and impact and freedom, I was going to have to double down on how much restoration that I was getting. Examples of restoration for me are, I go out on 5-mile walks every single day, getting 10,000 steps in, listening to scripture, listening to brand new books, getting my mind right, and then that's going to allow me to be able to perform and go back and have incredible ideas. Is it possible for you to be off, not working, and to not be working mentally? Here's what I've learned, and I try to tell most people: you can still get burned out even on good stuff, even on the right focus quality stuff. You can still get burned out. So you got to be able. Bodybuilders say this: if they want to perform the best, look the best, and grow the most, it requires the greatest amount of sleep and rest and restoration. Time freedom. After learning about the two types of time, after learning about the three types of time with buffer, Sabbath, and focus time, I then moved into realizing, how do I actually make this apply in how I price my work? So I, again, wanted to work the least amount, make the most amount, doing what it is I love while making an impact. I wasn't going to do that if I was busy. I had to get as focused with my time. Now, I'm not going to go into my calendar. I'm not going to go into my time blocking. I'm not going to go into how I lead my time. Those are for another episode. But for this one, the time freedom came from first shifting paradigms into how you find value and your worth. You need to start valuing you and your worth based on the value you create, the products you create. Example, if a guy's going to unclog your drain, do you want that to take 5 hours to feel better about it and what it costs? Or are you willing to spend the same money if you can get it done in 10 minutes? I'm all about the value that something creates. This is going to provide you permission. This is going to provide you freedom and confidence and the courage to be able to step into saying, listen, I 100% can absolutely own things on my terms. Here's what happens. You have a better quality of life. You make better quality work. The work that you're making is taking way less time, and you're producing supernatural revenue and supernatural results from it because it's condensed. It's not long-winded based on, I'm going to sit here for 8 hours, but I only really do about an hour and a half of work. So after that, you become way more fruitful. Why? Because you took the thermometer of 100% of the things that you do, brought it down to the 20% of what I do greatest, the unique, ideal, lightning in the bottle, flow state kind of work. For me, that's creating an image, coming up with new content, providing vision and brand strategy through my consulting and mentoring and speaking and teaching, my courses, creating new assets, writing, and doing what we're doing right here. That is the greatest sweet spot of where I'm going to get the most and extract the most of my best 20% out of everything that I do. What do I do with the 80%? I have others do it who can do it better than me. This has taken me a whole lifetime to learn. However, I immediately put it into play, and each and every day got even more strategic, more precise, more abundant, more impact, more revenue, and that's how we started to scale our business and our brand. As a leader, if I want to take you out, here's how I'm going to take you out. I'm going to give you everything that you've ever wished for and everything that you've ever wanted and get you watered and dwindled down as much as possible, because then you will be ineffective. You will be good in a lot of areas, but you will not be great. Getting your time back and your time freedom looks at how you see your time, the different types of time, how you see your value, how you see your worth associated with your time, which then changes how you price yourself and what you take on. I want you to live and to be able to achieve life on your terms. What does life on terms mean for you? That means you get to call what the days look like, how you invest. Listen, you can either spend, you can waste, or invest. Invest your time. Invest your time. And there's no greater way to live than knowing that whether it's your customers, your clients, your projects, they're adapting to your way, your rules, and your boundaries based on your preferences and your quality of life versus taking anything that you can get, hoping that you get it, clawing for it, and being in a position of need versus being in a position of strength and confidence of saying, here's how I need things to be to create the highest quality for you and to be the most productive to yield the greatest return. That's the sweet spot, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this, and I've got some great news for you. For those of you that want to learn this system and more, which is life mastery. Life mastery for me is the paramount foundation, the foundation and the disciplines and structure that is going to set you up for your life mission and your life calling. It's not going to happen by default. It happens by design. If you want an extraordinary life of extraordinary outcomes in your career, your finances, your faith, your family, your parenting, all of it, like I have and continue to live out, and now I teach it and help others with it. If you want to learn how to do that and learn that well, I'm going to be hosting a couple special events coming up, and I've got the links down below. If you'd like to join me for those, one's on Zoom and one's in person here in Orange County. I'd love for you to join me for that time. It's about a half day of time, but it'll be one of the greatest investments that you can make in yourself. Learn about life mastery. Learn how you can be extremely fruitful, not just getting from busy to productive, but productive to fruitful. That means you're investing your minutes where you're going to make them matter, and it's going to be unbelievable. I want to help you with that. So we got more of this series that's going to be coming out. I'll be doing this weekly. Please hit the subscribe button down below. Share this with a friend that you think it might impact. I'm just grateful that you're here. Let's keep doing this together. Let's keep unpacking these layers of impact and how you can get more strategic with your life and with your time. And I'm here to help you. Creativity is an amazing thing if we steward it wisely. Let's not just get busy, let's make an impact. Leave a comment down below. I'll see you soon.